How bad is it really? Simmons is mad. Hawks fans troll the Cleveland Cavaliers in 9 games of NBA action. That's what we got on the schedule for today, so Lego. Yo, what is up guys? It's me, Zachary, back bringing some more daily NBA news, and I haven't said it in a while, but you guys still remember that you are the real MVPs, right? Because you are. And hey, if you're new here, then welcome, so glad you could join us. But now with the introductions out of the way, let's just get into everything that went down yesterday. Well, they finally said it. The Philadelphia 76ers finally came out and acknowledged the possibility of Markelle Fultz not playing at all again this season. Here's what the Sixers GM Brian Colangelo had to say. There's always a chance that he's going to be out there soon, and there's a chance that he's not going to play this year. I can't answer that question because we don't have the answer. The Philadelphia 76ers really don't know much, do they? There still hasn't even been any official word on what caused the Markelle Fultz injury in the first place. They're making it sound like he just woke up one day and forgot how to shoot. Speaking of shooting, Brian Colangelo was asked about Markelle Fultz's shooting. And what progress, what range can he shoot now comfortably on the court? And here's what he had to say on that. It's within the paint basically. Paint shots, perimeter shots are where you kind of draw the line. So that's pretty bad. As for the explanation of why Fultz can't shoot, Colangelo said the mysterious injury that Markelle Fultz suffered caused him to lose control of his muscles. That injury led to a lack of muscle control and coordination in his muscles. He's retraining his shooting mechanics. He's retraining his muscle movement patterns, all those things. The more that comes out about Markelle Fultz, the more questions it leaves us with. For one, I'm still demanding an answer as to how this happened in the first place. And I want to know, when they say they're retraining his muscle movement patterns, is it kind of like rehab, for example, what Gordon Hayward is going through with his ankle? Or do you mean like he has to completely learn how to shoot again from scratch? Because there is a big difference there. I'm not expecting Markelle Fultz to come back at all this year. I wouldn't be surprised if in August we're still getting reports saying that Fultz is still learning how to shoot, because it's been months. And they just came out and said that he's still limited to shooting within the free throw line, in the paint only. And even then, I don't even think he's making those shots on a consistent basis. So who knows how long it'll be till he can knock down a 3 like he was able to until he was drafted to the Sixers. However, the thing that concerns me most about this situation is the thought that he completely forgot how to shoot. It's not that he's retraining his muscles, it's that he's learning how to shoot from scratch again. And what leads me to believe that is when Brian Colangelo said he could either be back very soon or it could take a while. I don't see if he was going through a rehab where he was just retraining his shoulder to get back into the motion of moving, how they wouldn't at least have a certain timeline of how long this could take. The fact that he said he could be back soon makes me think that they're hoping that one day he'll just wake up and remember how to shoot, kind of like he has amnesia, and maybe one day something will just click in his brain and he'll be like, oh yeah, I remember how to do this now, and then he can get back to playing. That's what it kind of sounds like they are hoping for. As for his teammate JJ Redick though, he seems to be fed up with all the fuss that is surrounding Markelle Fultz and is tired of the media always at the Philadelphia 76ers practices recording Markelle Fultz practicing. Take a look at this clip as you can hear JJ Redick kind of give the media a piece of his mind. And after practice, JJ elaborated on what caused him to say that. It's annoying. The guy's 19. He's working his butt off. I understand that fans want to see his progress, but this is maybe going to be a longer process than we all hope for. I don't get the coming in here every day to like watch him shoot pull-up jumpers. It's a little obsessive. We all want to see him back in the court doing what he loves to do. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised too that the media is there every single day to watch Markelle Fultz. You would think by now that they would get the picture. If he's not making progress, then why are you there recording the same thing every single day? Ben Simmons finally let us all know how he really feels about being snubbed from the All-Star game an extra 4 times. Even though he has been great for the Philadelphia 76ers in his rookie year, nearly averaging 17 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists per game. Those are all-star numbers for sure. And even more than that, the Sixers have been winning for the first time in a long time. Ben Simmons has a huge part to do with that. So he just doesn't get why he wasn't picked. I don't really know what an all-star is anymore. If it was about win or lose, you pick Dragic, obviously, and then you pick Kemba, whose team is 7 wins under us. It is what it is, but my stats don't lie. I can also understand Goran Dragic since they want to award players on teams who are winning, and at the time when they selected Dragic, the Heat were like the 4th best team in the Eastern Conference, and he was the best player on that team. But then they went out and picked Kemba Walker. No disrespect to Walker, he's an all-star level player, but when you had to pick Ben Simmons and Kemba Walker, who are both having all-star caliber years, I thought they would reward the player that was winning more, but apparently that's not the case. So I do agree with Ben Simmons. I don't know what he would have to do to make the all-star team this year. Maybe they're just not trying to put rookies in the all-star game anymore. I don't know. The Atlanta Hawks, probably the only team in the NBA that can win 60 games in the regular season and still get no respect from anybody. That's what happened to them back in 2015. And like we all thought, they still lost to the Cavs, even though I don't think any of us thought they would get swept. But yeah, they got swept by the Cavaliers in the playoffs that year. And I guess Hawks fans might feel some type of way about that still, and they decided to get their revenge on the Cleveland Cavaliers fan base last night, or at least some of the Cavs players like Tristan Thompson, as in the first quarter of yesterday's Cavs vs Hawks game, Tristan Thompson was at the line shooting free throws when Hawks fans started chanting this.
Doing a little better job this year, 61%. He was under 50 a year ago. It pays to be LeBron's buddy. He got a 5-year, $82 million contract.
LeBron will leave you. That's pretty savage. However, was it a good idea? I don't know, because it seemed like right after that, the Cleveland Cavaliers flipped the switch on the Atlanta Hawks, but we'll get into that in a second. That wraps up all the news from yesterday, though. Now it's about the time of the video where I get your guys' opinion on everything that happened. It's question of the day time, and today's question of the day is this: what do you guys feel about the media recording Markelle Fultz every single day? Do you see nothing wrong with it? Do you think they should chill out a bit? Let me know down in the comment section below. But now let's take a real quick look at what you guys said in yesterday's video. And yesterday, I asked you guys, how far do you see this Cleveland Cavaliers team getting this year? And here's what you had to say. The Cavs will win the East and lose to the Warriors 4-1. The Cavs will be knocked out in the Eastern Conference Finals by either the Raptors or the Celtics. This team is better than the 2007 Cavs team. LeBron will just strap up and carry them to the finals. Yeah, it's better than the 2007 Cavs team, all right? That's not saying much, but still it is better. And it's still extremely hard to bet against LeBron James making it out of the Eastern Conference. Like, I don't think his pride will let him lose to Kyrie Irving just yet. However, I do have to say that this is going to be the first time in quite some time that the Eastern Conference playoffs will actually be interesting to watch, and that we just don't expect Cleveland to sweep their way through. Don't forget to leave your answer to today's question of the day down in the comment section below. Now let's take a real quick look at the games from last night. Before the trade deadline, I think the Cavs would have lost the game. Like, I honestly do. Yesterday though, with half of a team and a green skid on the Cleveland Cavaliers bench, they were able to blow out the Hawks. Yes, it is just the Hawks, but I mean, the Cavs actually looked really good out there. The addition by subtraction alone from getting all the cancerous, toxic players out of the locker room seemingly did wonders in and of itself. 123 to 107. LeBron James made Kyle Korver and Jeff Green look like two of the best players in the league yesterday. Man dished out 17 dimes to go along with 22 points and 12 rebounds, and like I said, Korver and Green looked phenomenal. Korver dropped 30 points on his former team and Jeff Green scored 24. Even Tristan Thompson looked better. He still didn't look like he wore this contract, but at least he looked like he belonged to the NBA. So far, the number of players in NBA history who have scored at least 50 points in under 30 minutes has gone from 1 to 3 this season. CJ McCollum did it a few weeks back, becoming the second person to accomplish this, so it's only fitting that the next person be his twin, Damian Lillard, as he did the exact same thing that McCollum did a few weeks ago last night. Scored 50 points in only 29 minutes of action. Two players on the same team able to do that in the same season. It's crazy. Next, they just had to find a way to do it in the same game. Psych, I don't even think that's possible. 118 to 100. Portland wins over Sacramento. Things were going kind of well for the Pistons up until the fourth quarter. That's when some players just started taking terrible shots. No names will be named. And then Lou Williams also started getting going in the fourth quarter, and that just spelled disaster for Detroit. Clippers outscored the Pistons 31 to 15 in the fourth quarter to get the 108 to 95 win. Williams with 26 points and 5 assists, while Blake Griffin had 19 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists in his first game against his former team. Blake Griffin wasn't the only player going up against his old squad last night though. Jimmy Butler made his returned to Chicago for the first time, and I don't think he's particularly happy with the way the game turned out. Now, Butler was fantastic though, 38 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. The thing is, he wasn't the only player going up against his former team last night. This was also Zach LaVine's first game playing against the Wolves since he was traded for Jimmy Butler, and it seems like if he was trying to prove a point last night, and he did, scored 35 points and led the Bulls to come back 114-113 win over Minnesota. The Pelicans made some desperation moves to try and stay in the playoff picture right before their trade deadline, like trading for Nikola Mirotic. I don't think they'll make the playoffs still. Even with the way the Lakers have been playing as of late, I might even give them a better shot of making the playoffs in New Orleans right now, as they lose again without DeMarcus Cousins, 100-82 to Philly. AD with maybe his worst game of the season, only 14 points and 8 rebounds, while Embiid on the other hand dominated with 24 points and 16 rebounds. I'll give Boston credit, they tried to come back, it's just they have a really bad habit of starting games off extremely slow. That's what they did again yesterday. Spotted India 21-point halftime lead, so even though the Celtics outscored them 34-17 in the third quarter, it didn't matter as the deficit was just too big for them to overcome. Indiana wins 97-91. Oladipo with a monster game, 35 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 steals, while Kyrie had 21 for Boston. And the Rockets continue to win. There isn't even much to say about their games, kind of like the Warriors games, teams that you just expect to win. 130-104 over Denver. Clint Capella with a huge game, a huge game, 23 points and 25 rebounds, while James Harden had 28 points and 11 assists, and Trey Lyles was trying his best for Denver with 24 points off the bench. Miami got their guy back. Dwayne Wade made his return in a Heat jersey, and crazy news, by the way, is that Heat jersey sales went up 8,000% after the Dwayne Wade trade. 8,000%. How does that even happen? I thought most Heat fans would already have a Dwayne Wade jersey by now anyways. Maybe they just wanted one of those new alternate jerseys or something. And the Heat got the win in his return, 91-85 over Milwaukee. Adebayo and Whiteside combined for 27 points and 20 rebounds, while Wade, well, let's just say it was nice to see him back in a Miami jersey. The Jazz keep winning. 8 wins in a row now for Utah, as they have played themselves right back into the playoff picture. That's another team that I give a high chance to make the playoffs over the New Orleans Pelicans. 106-94 the final score over Charlotte. Donovan Mitchell with 25 points, Joe Ingles with 23, and Rudy Gobert with 20. It's going to be a close race for the last spot in the West though. That wraps up all the action from yesterday. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to smack that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more daily NBA news, as well as join the quest to 200,000 subscribers, hashtag a milli in a year. Remember to vote for the player of the day, but also remember the only players whose team won are eligible to win player of the day. And yesterday, that player was none other than Kyrie Irving and his 28 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds. Thank you once again for watching. I'll see all of you right back here tomorrow, but until then, I am out of here.